Hi, it's me, Dave. So silent movies weren't just Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton doing crazy stunts. In 1896, a short film called Le Coucher de la Marie, which translates as Bedtime for the Bride, showed for the first time ever a lady getting undressed on screen. When the filmmakers discovered that people were clambering over themselves to pay to see this film, they realised that they were onto a money spinner, and the adult film industry was born. Oh, and the name of the actress? Louise Willy. The point of this video is to show you how the human desire to see naked people has literally propelled certain technologies forwards faster than any other industry. So, let's not beat around the bush, let's get on with it. I'm not saying that. So as a base human urge, the demand for saucy content is huge, and the adult industry is using every new technology at its disposal to supply that demand. The streaming technology delivering this very video to you is a result of the adult film industry investing in companies that figured out how to send video across the internet quickly and in high quality. So before we take a look at the tech, why is porn so powerful when it comes to impacting the advancement of technology? Well, basically, as interests go, pornography has a large and unwavering user base. So when the industry tests out a new technology, there are so many people trying it, you get to know pretty quickly whether the new tech's going to sink or swim. If a technology takes off and gets used, then the adult industry pours money into it, which keeps the companies making the tech in business and gives them the resources to develop it further. So basically, if you can't make technology work with porn, it's probably not going to work with less desirable products. So what types of technology are we talking about? Well, there's loads. So the dawn of the erotic film took the world by storm. Being able to see sexy things without actually having to have someone willing to do sexy things with you was a paradigm shift. Now, of course, initially, film viewing technology wasn't advanced or cost effective enough to have in your own home, so you'd have to go to showings of saucy movies with other people. Evening. Home cinema was a game changer. Have you heard of Super 8? No, not the 2011 movie, but the film format from Kodak. Super 8 was a technology for recording video that got wildly popular in the 70s, and the adult entertainment industry took full advantage of providing movies you could watch in the comfort and privacy of your own home. The fact you could also record your own adventurous videos made Super 8 explode in popularity. Now, depending on your age, you may or not be aware that at the same time VHS videotapes were around, which stands for Video Home System by the way, there was a competitor technology from Sony called Betamax. Sony wanted to keep tight control of the whole Betamax ecosystem, so you had to buy Sony tapes and Sony players at high prices set by Sony. So they were kind of the equivalent of today's Apple of video formats. Compare that to VHS. Think of VHS as more of an open source system. It's the Android operating system of the videotape world. They were first introduced by a company called JVC, and they allowed anyone to make a VHS player and anyone to make VHS tapes to use in them, which drove down the price of everything to do with VHS through a healthy competition. The porn industry, not wanting to be restricted in any way, didn't like the tight control that Sony had over Betamax, and so released their films on VHS. And by the end of the 70s, half of VHS sales in the US and an estimated 80% of VHS sales in Germany and the UK was for pornography. Are you enjoying this video so far? Please hit the like button so YouTube shows it to more people. And hang on, what's that? Click to under. Should I? I wonder. Go on. Oh, you. Right, so VHS was actually a step back quality-wise from Super 8 because Super 8 was film-based, meaning it had a higher resolution allowing more detail in the film. But that also meant that you had to send it away or take it into a shop to get it developed, which isn't so great if you're making your own home movies. People put up with VHS being lower quality because it recorded onto magnetic tape and you could record and play back instantly. So DVDs came along and offered higher quality video and a few other advantages. So unlike VHS tapes, they didn't need rewinding and you could quickly skip into your favourite parts of a film. And unlike tapes that could stretch, they didn't degrade when you paused them or watched the same part over and over again for whatever reason. So the adult film industry started putting their content out on DVDs, and by the end of the 90s, it's estimated that 90% of DVD sales was for pornography. That's a lot of boobies. So like the VHS versus Betamax battle, after DVDs we had HD DVDs versus Blu-rays. So the adult industry first backed HD DVD over Blu-rays, but when Sony built a Blu-ray player into the PlayStation 3 and sold the hardware at a loss, which got the tech into literally millions of hands, Porn saw what was coming and switched to releasing their films on Blu-ray. So it was a bit of a porn and gaming combo here that killed off HD DVD and crowned Blu-ray the winner. Now, of course, while all of this was going on, the internet came along and woo-wee, the porn had an absolute field day. While the internet was invented for military purposes to begin with, of course it was used to share saucy pictures, and this made enough people stay around using it to rocket its growth in the civilian world. Porn is literally the foundation of the internet as we know it. The funny thing is, the early internet wasn't advanced or fast enough to allow actual photos to be shared, so early internet pornography was made of ASCII text, pictures made out of text. Just goes to show what the human imagination's capable of, I guess. So it's estimated that at any one moment there's somewhere in the region of 40 to 60 million people watching porn. That's literally the population of Italy constantly watching porn. I'm not saying that all Italians do is watch porn. I'm saying that the population number matches the, you know what I mean. So what drives any technology to be developed? Well, it's the chasing of profits. So tech only really gets the chance to grow and become popular if someone's able to make money from it. So while you'd been able to order things over the phone for a while, everyone was skeptical on the vision of being able to buy things online using your credit card. I mean, who'd be daft enough to type their credit card details into the website of somebody they've never even heard of and type all this in themselves, something they'd never had to do before? What could drive someone to take that risk? Well, naked people. That's what. In the 90s, a man called Richard Gordon started a company called Electronic Card Systems, which was one of, if not the first company, allowing adult websites to take credit card payments online. People willing to pay online for porn showed that people would indeed part with their credit card information across the vast unknown if the desire was strong enough. So investments were made to further the technology to improve security and the ease of making payments. So the next time you buy anything online, remember it all started with porn. Adult entertainment also embraced different payment models. Monthly recurring payments for access to a website? Porn was there at the beginning. Free content to draw you in and get you to pay for more? Porn. Huh? On a credit card bill? It's a cooking website I'm subscribed to. Only flans. As more and more adult pictures and videos started being sent around the internet, the need for more bandwidth, or the amount of information you can send around, grew too. As a concrete example of how porn helped increase internet speeds, for a while, Penthouse magazine was giving away upgraded internet modems so subscribers could access their online content faster. The demand for porn helped increase the internet speeds that we all enjoy today. So in the early days of the internet, before you could start watching a video, you'd have to wait for the whole thing to finish downloading to your PC in its entirety. It costs money to send large files around the internet, and it's a waste of time and bandwidth if you're only going to be watching a couple of minutes of it. So the world of video streaming was born. Videos that you could start watching straight away and then stop at any time without having to download the rest were saving time and money. Because of the cost of hosting and delivering videos, the smaller you can make the file size while keeping the quality high, the higher your profits will be. And this drove the advancement of video compression technology. People don't like waiting for things, so the faster you can start your naughty video playing, the more satisfied customers you'll have. And this drove the advancement of buffering technology. So basically, the technology that companies like Netflix uses to stream your favourite films and series, you have the adult entertainment industry to thank for getting us there so quickly. So we're nearly caught up on the tech now, but with a few exceptions. The advent of virtual reality is opening up new avenues to consume adult content in a super realistic way, as if you're there. And not just filmed, but computer generated, like a game with naked people. Ask yourself this though, if a technology is good enough to trick your brain into thinking an experience is real, when does it become cheating? While I was researching this whole topic, I discovered my new favourite word, Teledildonics, which is the ability to remote control adult toys. So don't let the fact that your partner's not in the same physical location as you stop the fun. Now, of course, pornography is big business, and we discussed online payments already, but as soon as people figured out that they could pay for their sexy videos with cryptocurrency that wasn't immediately linked to their name or credit card, that took off like a rocket. Now, cryptocurrency is already huge, but paying for things with it that you don't want to be associated with is a huge percentage of cryptocurrency use. And of course, we can't not mention AI. Artificial intelligence is now being used by adult websites to figure out what content to recommend you, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was being used to generate scripts for some of their videos either, because they need to be so intellectually stimulating. Well, you know how AI can generate images? Well, you guessed it, it's being used for porn too. Describe what you want to see to one of these websites and AI will whip you up a nudie-roody image. So what's coming in the future? Well, I made a video about hyper-realistic computer graphics. Porn will definitely take advantage of this technology to create more personalised and realistic experiences. Couple that with the video I made about AI in games where you can talk to characters and they'll talk back to you. Full virtual partners is what I'm seeing here. Lifelike computer-generated characters you can hold conversations with, have a complete relationship with, and who can activate your teledildonic devices. Future tech, such as Elon Musk's Neuralink, will be able to directly stimulate areas of the brain. Will the adult entertainment industry jump onto this and turn your pleasure response up to 11 for a modest monthly fee? Well, not many porn producers can say this, but thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you found this interesting, it would be a massive help if you hit the like button so YouTube will show it to more people, and please subscribe for more videos. Oh, and set your alert to all, else you won't be told about each new video. Please leave a comment with your thoughts, or if there's any tech I've missed, or if you think I'm an absolute heathen for covering this topic. Get stuck in.